Hello everybody, welcome to episode 1 of the Digimon mini-series! So, we're going to be running 3 Digimon minis for this whole little series we're doing here. So, I did doing this because Mr. Wario, as you know before, we did a group hatch with him before, he decided to do another group hatch just for the 3-prong devices. So, I was back and forth on which 3-prong device I wanted to run, but I figured I'll join along with him in the mini run because me and him both have minis that came from the same seller. Well, because, when I was doing my whole buy thing, I bought 2 minis, and I sent one to him, just because, well, did like a whole split payment thing with him, so. He's been looking for a mini, I was looking for a version 2 mini, so we both bought like a set of 2 version 2 minis. So, super exciting about that. And that pretty much ended all like my whole like mini collection, because I have a version 1 here. Cool little version 1, a version 2, and a version 3, which is a nice clear case. I love how the version 3s did this. The other ones did have clear cases, I just haven't seen them, and to be honest, I kind of buy the minis randomly compared to other ones. But we have the wonderful little buttons here, and they're actually in very nice condition too. So these didn't use screws or whatever to open them up, they actually had a little different mechanism to do that. So I'll show you how to open this easily without using a pen, because I know a lot of people like using pens to open these things. There's a very nice method doing that instead of using a pen or a pencil. So I will show that off in just a minute. But I figured before we get super into the minis here, let's show off the packaging of one of them, because I actually have when I bought my mini like years ago, I bought it new, and I was in new condition at the time. So super exciting there. I just remember it because it's just one of those random, like, little buys I did, I think, off Amazon, weirdly enough. For a while there, Amazon had, like, a very good quantity of, like, random Digimon stuff. Nowadays, it doesn't really, so kind of sad. But here's our little packaging here. Got a nice Agumon at the front. The back talks about the device in general, with the 2 different colored minis. I had the red one. There's a gray one out there, which, if you pay attention to Wario's run, you can see his gray mini. Oh, yeah, he was a gray mini, that's what I'm trying to remember. I was like, did he have a gray one? Yes, he did. So let's show off a bit more of this, though. So this just kind of slips off or whatever. Tape is still on there, funnily enough. And if you open this up, pretty much, it has the usual Digimon open-up system, pretty much. And we'll put this to the side for right now, because inside the packaging, we have an Excel cover, because this was around the time that the Digimon Accelerator was still out. So, of course, around that time, they always threw in these little cover art sheets or whatever. So, in this one, it came with a Garurumon. Pretty cool. Which I'll probably use when I do actually run my Excel, but for right now, let's look at the other stuff that's in here. That isn't the Excel. Hopefully it just pops on out. Because the Excel thing is just the Excel, pretty much. Has a little information on the back or whatever. Apparently it's printed with soy ink. I don't know if that matters or not. But, there you go. Didn't know there's vegetarian ink. The more you know, huh? And then we got little information sheets here. Look at that Hakusei Agumon. Looks so adorable. And then the other thing here is, what is this one? Let's see. Got a little information sheet. Don't know what these say. Oh, this is a little advertisement. Okay. So we got a D1 there. I guess that was another D1 competition at the time. I don't know. Does anyone know what D1 Full Boost is? Is that like another one of those Digimon tournaments they had at the time? We got some card-ass cards, which just shows the regular Digimon card game. And then we have Digital Monster Evolution, or X Evolution, which was a movie coming out at the time. So there you go, a little release date of the movie and stuff like that. I've seen the movie. It's actually a pretty decent movie. It's okay for what it is. Overall, pretty cool. And the little figure, the little Alphamon figure I have in the background over here, actually comes from the X Evolution movie. So, some cool stuff there. And then we have a guide for the Digital Monster Mini! I'm not going to be using the logo for my thumbnail. That is a weird logo. But I do love the Agumon art, though. Gotta give credit to that. So, pretty much, it's just going to talk about the device overall. We got all the little basics to that, talking about the ball chain there. Because these don't use regular chains, they use ball chains like Tamagotchis. And talking about the time setup, little hatching process, the different monsters, as you see, unlike the original bricks or whatever, because these did come out as 10th anniversaries to the original bricks, these actually have one more stage of evolution. So they're like the version 20th and the version color like that, where they added an extra stage of evolution. Still pretty cool, though. You always gotta love these anniversary devices they did at the time. Especially these ones, because, like, the idea that they decided to condense down the whole, like, technology of Digimon was really cool to me. And then we got a bit more training sequence, cleaning, pooping, all that normal stuff. Which we'll talk about and show off how weird it is. And the whole traded egg thing here, where there's death, and then to know you got a traded egg, it'll poop out an egg and do the whole little animation. It's pretty cool there. And of course, more at the back here. Just talking about the random stuff. And then we got a weird on-off thing for sound. And there we go. So, no pausing in this one, but no pausing or saving, actually, which saving is one that I was kind of sad about. But, none of the usual Digimon type things going on with this one. I probably should fold it up the proper way. I don't know why I folded it up the way I did. So yeah, let's fold this all back up into itself again. And then there's our little instructions. Pretty nice. Love it. And then there's phone numbers to call if you want to, I guess, make complaints or something. I don't know. Someone call these numbers. Tell me how it goes. Tell me if these are still Bandai numbers. That'd be a very good question. It's been like 20 years since these things came out. At least since the version 1 came out. So think about that, y'all. These devices are now 20 years old. These were meant for a 10th anniversary of Digimon, and now they're over the age of 20. Next year, they'll be able to drink. But, yeah. Pretty exciting there. So I guess let's start opening this all up and get on into this. So I'm going to use a DS stylus. This is what I always use to open these things up for the little slide mechanism, because the DS stylus tip is just tiny enough. And I've had this DS stylus for years. This is a little Star Wars one I've had since I was like a kid. Pretty much you just push in the button, push, and then slide open. And then there you go. And we still have my wonderful mini here, which I think I need to clean again. Probably do. Because when I first got this, it was always like weirdly gross and disgusting. I might clean that before I get on to making this. Here, I want to pause the video, and I'm going to come back out with some alcohol and Q-tips real quickly. So, woohoo! I want to pause real quickly. Okay, we are back. I had to go grab some cleaning spice. First up, grab some Q-tips here. I grabbed only 3. And the main important ingredient of the day for cleaning some digital monsters is some 91% isopropyl alcohol. So grab this little container here, and we're going to clean it up and get this all ready. So for those who are curious, you want 91% or higher to clean your digital V-pets and stuff like that. So we're going to show off how to clean off your virtual pets, because this has been asked about for me before. This is like one method to use to clean it off, just so like you don't have to desolder parts and stuff like that. It kind of depends on how bad the corrosion or messes to clean it up. So let's get to the cleaning. So first off, I'm just going to take off the lid. And I'm going to zoom out the camera real quickly, y'all. So we took off the lid here. And we're going to just take our little Q-tip. Just dip the little Q-tip in there. And then pretty much each one a nice wet Q-tip there. And then what we're going to do is take the device here. And we're just going to be very gentle and just rub it clean pretty much. And the nice part about isopropyl alcohol is it just dries up very quickly, so that's the reason why you want the higher percentage, is just so it just gets a nice clean in there. And that's pretty much the main thing to it. We're going to zoom back in a little bit. So there you go. See, it's getting much nicer now. And we're going to clean up the little insides of the little contacts there. So when I originally got this, it was actually corroding. And I probably just didn't do that great of a cleanup at the time, which wouldn't shock me. Or I probably just didn't do a secondary cleaning. Knowing me, I probably just needed a secondary cleaning. And we're just using the dry side to dry it up a little bit. And just pretty much get it out of the way for us. And there we go. You see there? It looks a bit more nicely now. Gotta just dab it a little bit more. And just get that out of the way. And there we go. Much more nice and clean now for our whole little guy. And I'm going to let that dry for a quick second. And while we're doing that, let's make sure to check some of the other ones. The V2 is good. I actually cleaned that the other day because I checked both of them when I was doing it. But I haven't ran these version 1s and version 2s in quite a little bit of time. So, of course, I'm just going to... Okay, that already dried out. Did it dry out? Yeah, it dried out. Okay. I'm just going to grab another Q-tip because why not? So you see there's a little bit of grime and stuff on there. Don't know why, but these do just kind of get slightly dirty sometimes. And of course, like I said before, you just want to take your little thing, do a little bit of a dip. We got our little dip in there. Put that to the side for right now. And then we'll pretty much do a little bit more of a nice little cleanup there. And of course, I'm just going to dry it out quickly, because I don't want to ruin the backing sticker to this one. Usually, a lot of times, these devices have like a plastic layer to it, but since these things are way much more tinier in that whole perspective, you kind of just want to be a bit gentle with it, because you don't want to ruin this little backing sticker. And I'm doing a bit too much pressure, so I'm going to try being a bit more gentle. And we'll clean these little side contacts here. And there we go, pretty much. You see a little bit of the grossness, but I'll see if I can clean that off a bit better. Issue is you don't want to be too mean to them. You don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to accidentally break the device. So, I say it's good for right now, because that'll be fine enough for this little device. If I want to do a bit more of a proper cleaning, I would probably do a bit more of a different method. But for right now, that actually does really well for us, and that will make the battery contacts very nice for us to use. So I'll put those to the side for right now for a quick second, just so that we can just put a battery inside this one, because this one is perfectly fine. So there's our little thing. It has my fingerprints on there, and then still the same pretty much thing, because I had to bend up the contacts when I got this one. So, yeah, kind of the fun with these things, isn't it? These have such weird battery contact designs in them. You can see whoever owned it before also kind of messed around with the sticker and stuff like that with scratching it. So, fun when I got this in. Pretty simple fix, though, as y'all know. So there's our little Bandai logo, but first, before we do that, let's pop this back right on in. So plop it down, do a little bit of pressure. Well, yeah, actually do it a little bit further up, because there's a little end thing in there. So you want to get to the end, push down, and it clips right on in. I don't know the time specifically currently, so we'll just keep up with 12 p.m. right now. And there's our little egg dude right there. Cute little egg, nice little egg whole thing. The background in this device is the version 3 background, so for those who are curious, it is very much just... Let's see if I pop it out real quickly. It's just this nice background. Nice little art for y'all, and they basically just scaled it down and slapped it on the inside there. And I will show off the other background while we are getting to that fun here. So we're going to take our version 1 and set this guy up as well. I will just change the time a bit later on. So there's our little logo. Take our little battery cover, plop it right on in. And it's a bit more dim than the other one. It's kind of weird, huh? Did not know that. And has a bit more of a different sound to it. So we'll just do it for like this. Oh. There we go, got a different egg though. So there's our 2 little eggs overall. Oh, this one's about to hatch. So there's our little dude right there. A little Motimon, or not Motimon, Motimon says evolution. So let's get into this. So this one has little shortcut keys for the evolutions and stuff like that. So we'll do a bit of food for him right now. We'll give him 4 pieces of food, because I think it's going to tell us no. And for training, you see there's no icons on top or bottom. You basically have to hit B. Oh. No, that's probably taking us to the battle menu. You gotta hold B. There you go. And then you pretty much just spam the button. Oh. Is it not the right button? Okay, that's probably not good for us. Gotta remember which button configs are these ones. So we're gonna hold down B real quickly. Hold down B. And start just smashing the B button in. And basically you're just wanting to get that nice little thing. And there you go. Get him all nice and moving. Look at those mega hits. Look how cool he's doing. He's doing a great job. Very nice, very easy. So there we go. There's our one guy. And then for Mr. Botamon over here, we're just gonna put some food in him. There we go. So the animations are a little bit slower on this guy. And he's gonna argue with us, yeah. So 4 foods for him. And then you just want to hold B to get his little combat thing ready. Which, we'll be doing this real quickly. Gotta get the meters up, gotta get the bars going. It's very hard to hit the buttons on this one. This thing is stupendously tiny. Like, these things are tiny, tiny. Which I guess we can compare to a version 20th, or in the original, in a way, huh? So I guess we'll compare it to its younger and older sibling. So there's a little Botamon character for us. And before we do keep on going with this, we got their one in the version 3 right here, which has a bit of scratching, but that's okay with us. And I see that one has a bit of a different background. I don't know what the background is to that one. It might be to the one device here. I guess before we get too far into it, we'll plop the battery in. So there's our another little Bandai logo there. And flip this around, do a bit of flip-a-doo action. And there you go, you can see the battery on the inside there. And we'll keep up with the whole 12 thing there for us. And we got a little bit of a different egg this time. So first off, before we get too far into whatever I was talking about before, let's show off the version 1's background here, which, as you see there, it uses the Pendulum 1.0 background, which I opened the wrong drawer to grab a wrong pendulum, of course. Doing great for myself. So let's look at the original background there. So there's the original background, all nice and colorful. And there's the new one right there. Kind of funny that they used a pendulum background and something that's supposed to celebrate the anniversary of the original bricks, but that's kind of cool. I guess to show off the evolution and stuff like that of these devices. And then the version 3, I think, uses a custom background. I don't know fully. I guess let's compare it to what I thought it was. No, it's not that. Okay. I don't know what background that is. That might just be a custom one for this device. As I'm dropping things to the side over here. Yeah, that looks like a custom background for this device. So there we go. The eggs are going to hatch. So there we go. He's going to do his little jig right there. Which is super cool. Got a different little guy right here. So we're going to give him some food. There's our little 4 pieces of food there. And then we're going to hold the B button to get the whole battle menu started. And there we get going! So we did 19 on this one. And of course, there we go. Keep looking at some of the other guys while we're doing this. So there's our little dudes, all doing nice and well. And there you go. Got the first 3 guys all set up. So I'll move the ice probe out of the way. Ooh, I forgot to put the lid on that. That's probably not a smart idea for me. Okay. Still pretty good there because the bottle's all nice and stuff like that. And we didn't have to use all 3 of the Q-tips, just only 2 of them. So 2 Q-tips have been used, and one's actually a little bit wet still from me just cleaning the version 2. Guess I over-moist the other one. Then, of course, let's get a nice little look at all 3 of these little dudes here. Which, there we go. They are very tiny, I guess. We'll do a size comparison and comparing them. So, let's grab a version 1. So there is the original D emoji. This is the American one, as you see with the giant O-ring at the end. There's not differences between them besides like software menu differences. But I guess if anyone is going to go crazy, well, there's no actual physical differences to these ones besides a little letter on the back, because they really put letters on the American versions. So, up with that, I guess, or I don't know what's up with that. Here's a Japanese one, just in case if y'all are curious. They're same size. Don't know if people are going to argue with me about this or not, but yeah, and wording on the back's different. 1997 Digimon! So, as you see, we'll compare it to a Japanese version here. These things are tiny. They are very much a tiny little fraction of the size to them. And compared to, like, little thickness sizing or whatever, they're a bit thicker than the originals, but they are still not that overly. They are very tiny compared to them. So it's kind of cool that they kept up with the different sizing in that way. And in that sense, I guess. So put that one back up. And here is the version 20th, which is the younger brother to this one right here. So as you see here, it's still very much still tinier than it. And this time around, the thickness is actually pretty much very similar. So that's kind of interesting in a way, isn't it? So, cool little size comparisons there for a 10th anniversary device. As you see, it's supposed to replicate the whole sort of aesthetic with it, which at the time, these were made with just like a whole like fashion sense design. Well, around that time, they're sort of made with that because Bandai around this time also collaborated with Uniqlo. And there's a Uniqlo line of Digimon mini devices out there, which looks super cool in a way. So if you're interested in little fashion accessory history, that they thought Digimon could be a little fashion accessory, there's a cool little thing for it. And of course, we did also see these devices in the Digimon Next manga. So if anyone also looked into that, they pretty much also went there. And the same casing was also used a little bit later on when they... Oh, not that one. Do I actually have it over here? Do I not have it over here? Am I going to disappoint myself here by not having the one thing that I thought I would have over here? See, do I have it down here? No, I don't. Okay. Basically, after this, they would reuse the case design for the Cross Mini, which had pretty much Digimon from Cross Wars and basically from all over the generations. Those are not the same as these. Those are much more of just a little gimmicky device or whatever, and pretty much like a sort of lazier version of like a V-Pet function. Not really a V-Pet either. It's more like just a little hang around type thing. Still pretty cool though. I do like them, but they are not the same in that whole little sense. They have very different software for each of them. And of course, you basically do have to keep watch of these guys, by the way, and keep up with their sound cues, because there is very much no way to actually tell if they need stuff or whatever. So, C button doesn't do anything, and I think if you hold it, yeah, there you go. You go pull up the time on them, hold it there. It's very quiet, weirdly enough. I don't know why it's so quiet compared to other versions. So you gotta keep up with that one. That is probably a bit of the fun there, I guess, is watching over them. But they're so tiny that you can very easily just check on them without not really noticing much about them. So there's our three guys there, and they do evolve in like 60 minutes. I don't know if we'll see the evolutions in today's episode, but I just wanted to show them off a little bit, get a bit of that action going for us. I might do a cut. I'm going to check the timing, though, probably after this episode on that stuff. And I'm also going to have to go back and adjust their time, because, as you know, I just kind of set them at randomly 12, so the joys for me. And before we do get going, I figured we'd make this episode a little bit more interesting by actually doing a little Digimon card pack opening. So, since doing random things that keeping up with the group chat or whatever, Rusty, who is also joining in on the hatch with us, was showing off their Digimon card stuff, and I've never gotten into the Digimon card game, and after I saw that, I was like, oh, it's so cool, but they usually don't sell Digimon cards near me. And so I went to, like, a different Walmart or whatever in the area, and they actually had Digimon cards there. So I did actually buy a pack and a starter box. I figured we open up the pack for this episode for right now, and just get on into the whole opening of this. I don't think anyone cares about how I really open these things. I don't really give too much care either. Not the first Digimon cards I've had of the newer sets. just one of the more random sort of things. So, we got the pack opened up. I don't understand the point of the paper there, but there we go. Got a little special booster version 2.5. Yeah, let's see if I can open this up. Jeez. Little clippers. Is that going to open them up a bit better? It did not. Oh, there's a little opening at the top. Okay, here we go. Bam! Open this up. We didn't even spoil the cards for us. So that's good to know. So let's flip it around. And let's look at some Digimon. So we got a Gaussmon, a Impmon there, which, ooh, look at that art. That is so nice. And let's see, we got a Queen device. I don't know what that is. I have not played the Digimon card game. That's the reason why I bought some of these sets, so getting excited to look into this. We got Raptordramon, which is such a cool looking Digimon. We really love him. This is a champion stage, and this is what would lead on to Alphamon. It's one of the evolution lines for Alphamon, besides, like, it goes into Raptormon to Grademon, then to Alphamon. So it's kind of cool little evolution line. And the one I prefer way more for Alphamon, it is Dumon, which, look at that cute little adorable art there. Really awesome. We got Huckmon, which is really cool. I don't like the name Huckmon. I prefer Hackmon. That kind of made much more sense to me. I don't know why they call him Huckmon in the English version. Kind of weird. Diatremon. Kind of cool looking. I have not seen some of these Digimon, so it's kind of hard to do that. We got Renamon. Look at that Renamon. That's some very nice art for Renamon there. We got Vmon. Another nice little art card for him. Shoutmon. I mean, look at this boy. He's always so cool to see. Love Shoutmon. Big fan of Cross Wars, so I'm always a big fan of seeing Shoutmon. And we got some shiny cards in the back here. We got two of them, actually. So we got Mega Gardramon. And, of course, we got Takato Matsuki, who looks awesome. Though, not the outfit I would go for him. I don't know why they picked the one from his, that weird anime movie. And, of course, I love the Mega Gargomon. That's some very nice art. And pretty much nice art for the Digimon cards in general. Some of these actually have weird backing differences as well. Don't know what all this means kind of just yet. Just figured I'd open one up for y'all and just show off random things. I don't know. I've not gotten into the Digimon card game, so pretty much cool to see that. And I just did it to fill out the episode a little bit more, because as you see, baby ones do not have that much going out for them. So, right now we wait. But there we go. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see you all later. And I figured in the next episode we'll open up the starter kit, so hopefully you all enjoy for right now. But that's pretty much it for this little episode, so thank y'all for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye-bye. Wee. Oh, well, before I do actually go bye, I don't know why I said that. Thanks to Wario for starting up this hatch, and I will tag him down below. I figured that was probably common knowledge or whatever. And, of course, if y'all follow Instagram, I'll be sharing off his cool little stuff that he posts around, because he's usually much more active on Instagram. So just check down below, and you can find my Instagram link as well. And I'll put Mr. Wario's down there as well. So, thank y'all for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye.